What's up, collectors? This is Optical 20 once again for another video review. This time it's for Hot Toys Resident Evil Alice. You can't buy this figure anymore, it's sold out, but you can buy Ada Wong and other Resident Evil figures at bigbadtoystore.com. Just click the link on the description on this video. So let's start off with the box. It's a unique looking box. It's not, you know, your normal vertical box. It's kind of like horizontal, but it's just weird. As you know, it's the same way, but I like the box. You know, it has some flair on it. As you can see here, very nice packaging. The rain is kind of embossed. You can't see it here. And also on the back, it's really nicely, you know, really neatly designed. There's some zombies in the back. The umbrella symbol. You know, it's kind of raining. That's kind of like the theme, the opening theme of the movie at least. And on the side, 1/6 scale collectible figure, Resident Evil Afterlife MMS 139 Alice. One of the, I guess the only collectible figure from the Resident Evil movie franchise at least. I'm surprised, you know, because it looks like it's been a successful franchise so far. It's not the greatest, but you know, I've seen more figures from the comic, not the comic book, but from the video games where it all began. But you know, I wish all collectibles is still like this. I miss the good old days where I bought this, you know, brand new. I'm the first owner, as you can see here. Beautiful, tons of accessories. Even the box itself, the presentation is there. It's kind of like the 3D effect. Back in the day, I think this was released in 2010, and 3D was just starting to pick up at that time. So they're trying to capitalize on the 3D genre. And you know, we'll jump off on the accessories. As you can see here, the stand, Resident Evil, normal oval base stand. And you gotta remember, this figure has been released for quite some time now, so you know the quality is not gonna be subpar. You know, it's not gonna be the same as what we have now, but the accessories definitely is a lot better than what we're getting right now. We'll start off with the hands. You know, it's a female figure, very pale looking hands. Not a whole lot of details on him, but you know, it's hands, so not a big deal. And as you can see, a pair of, I believe this is MP5. You know, it doesn't have any buttstock on it. It looks like an MP5 to me, but could be wrong. Maybe modified one. Really nice looking gun. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't do any articulation, doesn't cock back or anything like that, or you know, there's no, like I said, there's no stock. So no sight as well, you know, like a canter sight. That selector is not movable. There's a foregrip. Really nice looking gun though. And the good thing about this figure is that, you know, because in the movie she always, you know, carries her weapons by pairs, so you always get two of them. You know, look at you get this banana mag. It's really long. Nice. Really nice looking gun. Yeah, if it can focus. There you go. Yeah. A lot of details on him. You know, not like Barney Ross detail, but great nonetheless. You know, I love it. I'm not gonna complain. How many times are you gonna see somebody with two guns nowadays? And also with two, it looks like a sawed-off shotgun. If you remember from the movie, which I rewatched it after I bought this figure. I bought the movie because it's 3D at that time. I had a 3D TV. It was, you know, you get a free Blu-ray at that time. And back in the day, this was, you know, this was kind of the thing where I was like, oh, maybe they're capitalizing. It's not the greatest movie, but it's okay. It's entertaining. So you can see here, there's a lot of details. It opens up, as you can see. If you remember, she uses silver coins or quarters or whatever you want to call it to kill the big guy. So this is the one that she used. And the good thing about these guns, and outside of the MP5s, is you can pretty much put this all together in her body. And if you look at the description below, you can see, you know, I have the link to Big Bad Toy Store, and I also have the link to my website where you can see some pictures. So I would click on that. It looks really awesome. And also she has this two revolver, pretty nice. It cocks back. There's a lot of details on him. It looks like the one that Harvey Dent uses, but Harvey Dent's is a bit shorter. The barrel. This one's a bit longer. It looks like a Smith & Wesson. You know. Just guessing here. It opens up. Good looking piece. Awesome. Yeah, you can even use this if you're making a you know, Rick Grimes custom. And the handle, it has this nice rubber effect. It's not really rubber, it's made out of plastic, but the details are there. Looks pretty sweet. There you go. And moving on, she has this two I'm telling you, she got an arsenal of weapons here. And on the movie she does use all of them as well. It looks like a machete. I like the paint apps on this one. You can see it looks like it's been used. It's not all shiny and whatnot. There's the wooden handle, which is not really wood. It's light. It's all made out of plastic, but the paint app is tremendous. That it gives you the weathering effect that it's been used before. It looks like it's not as sharp as it used to be. So I love it. You know, this type of effects and this type of weapons and accessories are what made Hot Toys what they are now. Unfortunately, they kind of got lost along the way. Yes, the quality did improve, but at the same time the prices keeps on getting higher, and also the accessories keeps on getting lower. So I wish they would continue doing things like this. And these are the it looks like a baton. I can't remember when she used this, and you can also insert this on her back. As I was saying though, is that back in the day, I think this was originally around $170 or $200. I just bought this recently on eBay it's brand new, but it was sealed. But back in the day when it got first released, I believe it's around that price point. And I understand the inflation and all that stuff, but the utter lack of accessories nowadays, to me, is not making up for the better quality. Obviously, the engineering is going to improve. The Iron Mans nowadays have more articulation. The details on each figure is a lot better than what they used to be. But don't cut down on the accessories. You know, things like this, it's awesome. This is what separates, to me, other than the you know, obviously the fine details that Hot Toys put into their figure, and there's no denying about that. But this accessories, whenever you get a hold of this, guys, because I only started collecting back in 03, maybe 012 when I first got my first Hot Toys in 012, but I wasn't really collecting back then. So 03 was when 2013 when I got really pretty serious. But you know, seeing things like this makes you realize, you know, I miss the good old days. You know, when there's two outfits and tons of accessories. Nowadays, you get, you know, somebody like Wolverine or Iron Man who's bare hands. That's all you get. As you can see here, there's another extra jacket. So you can see there's pretty cool buttons. And I like it. I like the fact that you get two head sculpts. This one doesn't, but you know, they should give you an option where you can change outfit. And obviously, it doesn't pertain to everyone, but whenever you get the opportunity, they should. I think you're paying a premium. Keeps on getting expensive, so it's just my 2 cents. And that's another hairpiece, which it kind of baffles me why they included that headpiece, since it does not make any difference to me. It's like the hair that's being pulled back. I'll show it to you more on the head sculpt, but now we're gonna take a look at the figure itself. It's a woman figure, so you know this, and it's Alice from Resident Evil, so you can't really expect a lot of detail. Well, there's a lot of details. As you can see, she has this corset looking vest type of thing. She has this leather, you know, I don't know, weapon holster and whatnot. She got her boots, so it's one piece, so there's no ankle articulation. This is one of the things that they improved upon, you know, towards the, you know, as the years move past. Because you can see from my Captain America, it's two separate pieces now, the boots, so you can get some ankle movements. Hands, as you can see, smooth, really smooth right there. It's a female character, I guess. She has this wraps, which you got to be careful because it kind of unwraps itself. As you can see, there's still plastic on her elbows. This plastic wraps also kind of serves as a cover for her elbow joint, so that works wonders. I'm not gonna take out those plastic. And also on the back, so you can see here the leather. You know, that you can put the gun in the middle. You can put her samurai on the two holsters right there. You can see you can put the two shotguns in there. Whatever configuration it is that you wanted to do, I'm pretty sure you can come up with stuff. And as you can see there's also some weathering on the leather, and this is where, you know, just trying to illustrate you. I'm not going to put them all right now, but like I said, check my my website so you can see all the pictures, because I know I took a picture of her with her back with all the gadgets, and it looks really sweet. This is where you're gonna put the 2 handguns. As far as movement is concerned, she's not really hindered by any any movements. She doesn't have a double jointed elbow. Her knees are okay. The pants are kind of like a stretchy material, but because of that, I don't know what you call that fabric underneath her boots. I know my wife used that too. So the knee joints, it pops in and out. You can bend it. There's a lot of movement that you can do, but you gotta be careful because I don't know. I just don't like holding a female figure as much as I could. As you can see there, I didn't break it. It's just how it works. So as you can see, that's the connection to her elbows. Kind of like if you have the mechanic version of Iron Man. I don't know if you can classify this as double jointed. Maybe you could, because I'm not used to this type of elbows. But like I said, because of this wraps on her arms, it kind of covers it up. I'm not sure what you call this wraps. Looks like what Allen Iverson is using, like her shooting wrap, like he's shooting, elbow pads or something like that. So you can see there the corset has a lot of details on it. Nice stitching, really, accurate to the movie. The belt, the buttons doesn't really pop off easily. I see, but you can see on the one side right there, it looks like it's gonna pop off, but so far nothing has come off to me, so I like that. And now let's move on to the head sculpt. And once again, I'm reminding you guys, it doesn't look like Milla all the way, but you gotta remember this is 2010 or 2009 or something like that in that matter, when it was released, and Hot Toys have come a long way. Unfortunately, they didn't do any more Resident Evil figures from the movie. Not that I would, not that I'm looking forward to it, but I figured, you know what, why not? This figure comes with a lot, so that's why I jumped into buying it, even though it's been a while. And to some people that might be looking to pick up this figure up, that's why I did this review, even though it's older. I know there's tons of reviews right now on YouTube. But fast forwarding now that you got this HD technology, because back in the day I was watching some videos, and I can remove this. As you can see, they still retain this type of technology, which is the magnet. This is what puzzles me though, is you can take the hairpiece out and replace it with another hairpiece. It comes with the figure. So the difference is really subtle. It's just the hair is a little bit pulled back, as in this one you can kind of see more of her cheeks. But the difference is so subtle that I don't think it was needed. Here's another thing. If you have a figure that is, if you're gonna give the figure a blank stare, you gotta make another face, which it does have a dynamic looking expression. Kind of like with Enter Bay, what they did with Derrick Rose or their basketball figures. See, it kind of covers her face, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. If you're gonna give me this blank stare, you gotta give me something more dynamic, so when I pose her dynamically, she doesn't look out of place. But for its time, I think you can kind of see Milla in there. You can definitely see Milla. It's just not 100% accurate. You can even see her gap in there. There's some tooth action and there's some tongue action sticking out. And I'll just show you. I didn't fully, because I have no intentions of her posing in this outfit. I'm probably gonna box this figure up again. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this or I'm gonna sell this, move forward, but there's a lot of pieces that you can get from this figure, even if you just buy it. If you're a customizer, this is a great figure, because you can get a lot of parts, especially with her guns and knives and whatnot. There's a lot of pieces that you can use to separate things, but she's good on her own. She's a standalone figure. You don't need anything else. It's not like you're picking up Gamora where you need the other Guardians of the Galaxy figures, even though she's a female character, which I'm not a big fan of, because I think they're tinier, and I don't know, but for her the value is there because of the tons of accessories that you're getting. And like I said, she's the main character. She's the main protagonist of the movie. It's not like it's Chris or anything. I don't know. I know she's a whole new character from the video game. It's not really true to the story. I played the first Resident Evil from PlayStation 1. Loved it. The movie was okay, up until I guess where I guess the third movie, then thereafter it's kind of just gotten weirder and weirder. But she's a badass, you know. What can I tell you? There's tons of poses that you can put, and like wielding these two guns, as you can see from her back. You know, you can kind of see here all the gadgets that she does have on her arsenal. It looks pretty badass. So you can pose her like this. You can pose her in different poses. And like I said, she's a standalone figure. You don't need anyone else, and she looks badass on herself. So if you're that type of collector where you're not, and I like those type of collector, I consider myself one who's not tied up into one line. You know, I'm just gonna collect Iron Man, or I'm just gonna collect Marvel. There's a lot of characters out there. This one, Perseus. You know, there's other, the 301, King Leonidas. There's a lot of Hot Toys figures outside of Marvel. So you just gotta open up your eyes and, you know, be more diverse, I guess, and it'll find collecting more interesting that way. It'll be more expensive though, but like I said, this one's not too bad. And that's it. So basically, like I said, if you are in a market for an older figure where it's not too expensive, because I know you can pick this up for under $200 nowadays. If you find it on eBay, that's probably gonna cost you more. But if you dig, you know, hard enough, you'll find some which is under $200. It's a great figure. You know, it might not look spot on, but do you really need a spot on Mila Djokovic? Maybe not. You know, if you need something just to represent Resident Evil, I think the main protagonist is great. She's a great looking figure. You're gonna get your money's worth. A lot of accessories, so that by itself, you know, is already a plus. So thank you for watching. Hit like and subscribe, and till next review, I'm out.